What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Finally it's time. Today we're gonna lay some shingles. I'm gonna show you how to properly install shingles. Why is it important to take those steps? You will find out the way it gets done. So we're just waiting on Mikey.
I'm gonna show you some skills today. Okay, boss man, what we got going on here? I got some ice guard, I got some paper installed, some starter strips, so we're gonna shingle it and call it a day, right? Be done by the noontime. Watch me.
Okay, Mikey, so we cannot use compressor in here. Like, first of all, we don't need it. Second of all, there is no point of it.
So I gotta play with this. Toy. Did you stole it from the kindergarten?
Alright, Mikey, looks like you know what to do. The game plan is set. I'll check with you in a little bit. Peace. Let's go. So, shingles. It doesn't matter which way you're gonna start, left to right or right to left, start from the full shingle. And you remember I explained you the difference with the starter and shingle, how we don't want those seams to be lined up. The way we're gonna install it, we're gonna install dimensional shingles up to the manufacturer specifications, which has to be staggering pattern. So basically 6 to 7 inches steps, and we will go on. So what I like to do, I like to pre-cut my staggers before I start the section. Some of the guys would argue with me that it's too slow, too stupid, not efficient.
Let's go! I'm gonna show him some real speed, some lightning speed. He's gonna be embarrassed by himself by the end of the day. Then I will take the lead installer position right away.
Whatever, you have your way, I have my way. You do what you want to do. I'm showing you how I did it, and you may adopt or may not. So, like I told you before, 6 to 7 inches steps, right? So, what we're gonna do, 6 inches, mark. And what I used to do, I used to cut 2 shingles at the same time, so I will have 2 sets of books. We call them books.
High nail, nobody will never see. We're gonna cover it with the next shingle. We just have to hurry up and cover it before the boss shows up.
We always start from the full shingle. Then that would be your second tab. Then the next one would be 13 inches. Usually, like when you do it every day, you don't pull out your tape measure. You measure with the like tools that you have in hand, so you measure with the fingers, whatever. You figure out the way that you don't pull the tape measure every time when you need to measure those shingles. But just for you guys, I showed you what we do. Next shingle, the final tab. And now, like we pre-cut those guys, bam, bam, bam. And that's your tab. And you can start.
That's how the shingle.
So, we're ready to throw shingles together on the roof. The very important item whenever you go along the wall, step flashing. We make our own step flashing from aluminum, so that aluminum color will match identically the wall flashing, the chimney flashing, or any other flashing that you may have on your roof. So that's why we don't mix and match aluminum. Important thing to look out on the step flashing, it has to be 4 inches on the both sides. So 4 inches over there, 4 inches over there, right? So whenever you run your shingles, you will install step flashing along the wall and shingles. So what you're gonna get out of it, so whenever water, ice or snow will go towards the wall, it will face the aluminum and it will run down into the gutter. Let's get it done. This guy, we make our own. That's how we call it kick-out flashing. So it looks weird, almost similar to step flashing, but it's not. And most of the roofing contractors, little bit crooked cut, that's okay. We're gonna need another step flashing. I need this shit. They skip that step. That's why you may have steady small leak that will affect your house big time. We're gonna install that first. So instead of first step flashing, we will install kick-out flashing. So what it does, whenever rainwater goes this way, for example, this is the wall of the house, siding, brick, whatever. If we will install regular step flashing, that water will drip behind the gutter and go on the wall. Or the worst case scenario, it will go behind the siding, which happens a lot. When we have kick-out flashing, the rainwater will go in and will be diverted into the gutter and never go behind. Very important item on the roof, kick-out flashing, keep an eye for it and make sure that it's there to avoid any future major damages and inconveniences. So let's get it on.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Hey Busman! Are you still not done? Come on man! Need a pipe jack! Let's go!
Now it's time for the step flashing. So every course of the shingles along the wall is supposed to have a step flashing. Very important thing to look out for the step flashing, that's where you're gonna put your nails. So that's where you're gonna put your nails. 1 nail, 2 nails, whatever. But common mistake when roofers put nails, 1 right there, 1 right there. Or even worst case scenario, 1 right here. This is big no-no, that's a semi no-no, that's the way it's supposed to be. The step flashing has to be loose and it has to be able to move in the different seasons, but at the same time it has to be firmly secured and not wiggle left and right. That's why you put 2 nails on the angle or side by side, but not all the way into the corner. And then we have next shingle. It will cover all those nails, and if you look up right here, so it will be completely covered and we are good to go. Another thing to keep an eye on, you don't want your nails close to the step flashing. Typically 6-7 inches off the wall, that's where your nails should be. Your last nail should be in the nailing zone. You can put 1 or 2 nails above it, that's not necessary, but that just makes me feel better about my installation, because those nails, they will be covered with the step flashing, they will never face the water. The nails that will be right next to the step flashing or even through it, those may give you a problem. So keep an eye, 6-7 inches off the wall, that's your last nail. Step flashing, you see it's not all the way 90, it's a little bit more than 90 degrees, it's open. Why do you want to open? Because whenever you install it along the wall, it's loose. So whenever you push it down, now it has some tension to it. And now that tension creates pressure on the wall. So basically now that wall side on the step flashing will be firmly attached to the wall and not going to be loose or flimsy or like pulling away. So yep, keep that step flashing nice and tight over there. So now that's what you want to see with your shingle. Steps, like I told you before, 6 to 7 inches per step. That's the manufacturer requirement, and that's the proper installation of the dimensional shingles. And then we will continue with the new shingles all the way up, and that's how we work our rows way up. Mikey on the other side, he's killing it. So let's go and check on him and see what he's all about.
Like, oh shit, bossman is coming. Safety first, like, come on, man. Like,
Boy, Mikey, what is this?
oh my god.
Did you ever read the instructions on the bundle? Or did anybody ever told you how to do it?
Well,
Yeah, Mikey, you were super fast by doing it wrong. And now you have to be super fast to take it all back down. And then we're gonna redo it the right way, because that warranty will be voided and eventually it's gonna fall apart.
oh, I guess I better tear this shit up. Sorry.
I do highly encourage you to wear gloves.
What is that, man? What is this? Like, it's orange, man. Blue. That's the colors for the company. Like, give me some normal stuff. Come on, man. Don't embarrass me.
If you want the blue gloves, I'll get you blue gloves.
Don't need them anyway. These hands work by bare hands.
Whoa, 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 Mikey, you want to protect your hands, your fingers, and whenever you go home and hug your kids and maybe smoosh your wife a little bit, you want to feel something with your hands and not sandpaper in it, right?
No blue gloves. Sorry, man. But I have blue glasses. Safety first. So, I guess we learned something new today again. I guess we're not allowed to install dimensional shingles like that. I guess it's very important to get kick-out flashing along the wall. Stay tuned for the next week, because next week we're gonna learn a lot about the smart vent. Most importantly, we're gonna learn. They're gonna teach me how to do it, actually. That's the most important part. And I guess we gotta cover the safety one more time. Peace.
Another thing, what we do, like your